In this video, we will walk through the steps of setting up PropertyBoss for a network installation. If you need the instructions for a single user installation, please click here. Before we start, it would be best if you disable any antivirus software you may have. If you are not familiar with networks and antivirus software, we recommend including a network professional in your installation process to ensure that you do not leave your network vulnerable to outside attacks. The network version of PropertyBoss allows multiple staff members to simultaneously access your PropertyBoss data from their individual computers. You will first need to designate one computer in your office as the PropertyBoss server computer. This could be a workstation computer in your office, or it could be the actual server for your office network. You will install 2 applications onto this device, and it will be the one that stores your PropertyBoss databases. Then you will install PropertyBoss on each of the workstations that will be accessing the databases on the server. You will need to start by first setting up the PropertyBoss server. You should have already received your software fulfillment email from your solutions consultant. Make note of the password provided in the email, as you will need this in the next steps. After you have read the information contained within the email, click the link for the network installation and you will be taken to a page on the PropertyBoss website that contains links for downloading several items, including the Sybase database server and the PropertyBoss application. Click the download button for the Sybase database server and save the file to your desktop. When the download is complete, right-click on the pbserver.exe file. We recommend selecting Run as Administrator to avoid any potential issues. If you do not see this selection in your list, contact your system administrator. This will start the installation and the installation wizard will appear. Click Next and you will be prompted to enter the password that was provided in the email. After you enter the password and click Next, the PropertyBoss database server will begin installing. Then you will see the installation wizard for SQL Anywhere. Click Next and you will see the location where the files will be saved. We recommend just clicking Next to keep this default location. Now click Install to begin the installation. When the installation is complete, click Finish and you will receive a message to restart your computer. If you do not restart your computer, you will receive an error message later in the installation, so it is best to save anything you may be working on and restart at this point in the process. Once that is complete, navigate back to the page on PropertyBoss.com and click the link to download the PropertyBoss program. Again, we recommend saving the file to your desktop. When the download is complete, go to the location where you saved the file and right-click on the pboss1001.exe file. Select Run as Administrator to start the installation wizard. Click Next and this will bring you to the Terms and Agreement page. After you've read through the terms, select I accept and click Next. Here you need to choose the destination folder. In most cases, you will want to keep the default location that is suggested. After you click Next, the actual installation will begin. When the installation is finished, the Setup Wizard will give you a message telling you it is complete. Click Finish and you may be prompted with a message stating the system must be restarted. If so, we recommend you closing any applications you may have open and restart your computer at this time. Now you should see the PropertyBoss icon on your desktop. Double-click the icon to open PropertyBoss. When you open PropertyBoss for the first time, you will need to select the type of installation you need. Since these instructions are for the network installation, select the radio button beside Network Installation for the server. We will discuss the workstations later in the video. You will receive a message letting you know that a PropertyBoss server icon has been added to your desktop and that you will now be connected to the PropertyBoss server configuration utility. As mentioned before, PropertyBoss Server is an application that enables you to create and manage your PropertyBoss databases and also makes them accessible to your staff on their workstation computers. In this step, you will configure your PropertyBoss server to run as a Windows service. This ensures that your databases are always running and accessible when your staff logs into PropertyBoss. If you do not run it as a Windows service, your databases will stop whenever the server computer reboots or is turned off. This would result in you having to restart your PropertyBoss server to make your databases accessible. Before you can start the Windows service, you must start and stop the database server. To do that, make sure you are on the Configuration tab and click the Start Database Server button in the lower left corner. Once the database server makes the appropriate network connections, this window will close automatically. Then click the Stop Database Server button, and since we are not doing a backup or restore, just click OK. Next, go to the Services tab and select the checkbox for Use Windows Service. A message will appear explaining what will happen when you use a service. Click Yes, and again you will receive the message to wait before doing any backups. Click OK, and you will see a command prompt window appear. When the service has been started successfully, you will see a message to press any key to continue. At this point, your PropertyBoss server is set up and you can remove the installation files from the desktop. The next steps will include installing the PropertyBoss application on each of the workstations that will be accessing the PropertyBoss databases on your PropertyBoss server. You can install PropertyBoss on as many computers as needed. Additionally, you can set up as many user accounts as needed. Your only limitation is the number of user accounts that can log in at the same time. This number will be established in your license agreement. To install PropertyBoss for the workstations, you will need to follow the next steps to install the software on each computer. You can use the previous software fulfillment email to navigate back to the PropertyBoss website page containing the links for downloading the software. Click the button to download the PropertyBoss program. Remember, this is the only file you need to download and install on the workstations. You should not install the Sybase server application on the workstations. Follow the same steps as before to download the file to the workstation's desktop and install PropertyBoss. Once it is installed, open PropertyBoss. And since this is the first time it will be opened on this computer, you will need to select the type of installation. Select the radio button beside Network Installation Workstation and click OK. Next, you are prompted to select a database. There are several training databases provided for you to use. When you are ready to begin using PropertyBoss with your current production data, you will create a new database, but for this installation, we will just select one of the ones provided. You can select the database that is most relevant to your industry, but I'm going to choose residential and click OK. Now you are prompted to enter a username. Notice that PBoss is already populated here. Once the installation is complete and you are ready to start using PropertyBoss, you will create your own users and assign the appropriate security settings. But for now, just click OK. You are now ready to begin using PropertyBoss.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel for other helpful videos.